Welcome to her little childhood story class.
Good job. Okay, so I'm in the kitchen today. Today is the start of March. It's Tuesday. I know that. Yeah.
It's Super Tuesday.
Super Tuesday. We are home for the day doing some chores, and I have a midwife appointment tonight. So we had a Walmart order come today because the other day I was dreaming. I wasn't dreaming. I was thinking about lasagna, and I can't eat lasagna right now because I'm dealing with gestational diabetes, and so I'm watching. I specifically have to watch what I eat at supper time, and lasagna is usually a supper meal for us. So I am making some lasagna for the freezer. I do know how to make vegetable lasagna. I want real lasagna with pasta. So you can leave me comments below and tell me recipes that other people might use, but I want pasta lasagna. We don't make typical lasagna because I don't like working with lasagna noodles, and they're twice as expensive as regular noodles. So we are making my version of lasagna. So whatever, you can have it however you want. But I have a little helper here today. Who are you?
Malachi?
Did you dress up just for the video?
Yeah.
He actually dressed up this morning and had no idea we were doing a video, but he likes to dress up and put on his stuff. Can you help me by putting this in there for you? Hold on, I'm fighting with it. Okay, so what I did so far, this video isn't just about making lasagna, but if you're here for that, here's what I'm doing. First, my husband's behind the camera. Go ahead.
Hi.
Can I have a paper towel, Mark? I will ask him once in a while for something. Yeah, pour the whole thing in. We are a family of 7 kids at home, mom, dad, plus baby in belly. This baby will not be eating the lasagna, but once baby's born, I will be able to eat the lasagna. So we're making some meals for the freezer. We've been doing some meal prep for the past couple weeks as I've had time. And today I had time. I'll scrape that out. You want another one? Today I had some time before I go to class tonight. We got this Walmart order, which included the cottage cheese and stuff. So I cooked up 4 pounds of pasta. You guys will watch me do some of this, but I don't know how long I'm gonna sit around and chat or how long the house is gonna be quiet to do this. So you might not see the whole process, but you ready? We cooked up 4 pounds of pasta. I've divided about half of it between these 5 pans. And then yesterday, I made a very simple tomato sauce, spaghetti sauce, I guess you'd call it, with sausage, Italian sausage. If you watched our grocery haul a couple weeks ago, I found some really marked, I think it was marked down, I don't know, sausage. Oh yes, we got a new spatula thingy. We got marked down sausage at Sam's Club for $1.41 a pound,
Yeah.
which is way cheaper than I can find hamburgers. So Italian sausage is our go-to right now for a lot of our meals, especially because it adds a lot of flavor. So we've been making like an Italian soup and stuff like that. But yesterday I took some crushed tomatoes, some tomato sauce, and I put it in a pan with whole pieces, like the whole links of Italian sausage, and a bag of onions. I normally, like a frozen bag of chopped onions. I normally would use frozen peppers and onions, but I was out of those too. For right now, I'm trying to clean up my freezer. Are you smiling at everybody? I have another one for you, okay? You wanna do another one? I cleaned out my whole freezer. Well, actually, Mark helped me clean out my whole freezer. So we have 2 freezers downstairs. One we don't always keep on, but both are on right now. One is getting rid of extras that we already had. Like we had been given a turkey months ago, probably Thanksgiving time. We were given a couple turkeys. So we took the last one out the other day. Had been in one of the freezers. And then we have like bags of vegetables. So Mark found a bunch of broccoli and onions and stuff down there that we had bought just at Walmart, frozen vegetables that have been in the basement that I want to use up before baby comes, so that if we don't inventory for a while after baby, I don't have really old food. The other freezer is slightly bigger. Both of our freezers are just small chest freezers. The bigger of the 2 is maybe half the size of this island. Like they're not big freezers. I have friends with some big freezers. Like they could freeze a year's worth of meat though. I don't have that much. So we keep our containers, our plastic containers, and wash them for putting away food. Not all the time. We don't always use plastic, all of that stuff, but this is where we are. Wait, we're gonna not use that one right now, okay? You're gonna be able to mix for me though, okay? So he went down, we did a Sam's Club order, not like went to Sam's Club a couple weeks ago, and stocked the freezer with some stuff for after baby and stuff for making some meals, like some prepared food for after baby. So like Go-Gurts, string cheese, things like that. And we have stuff that we were using to prepare the meals. So one of those things we got was mozzarella cheese. So we just freeze them, and then we have to break them up when we're ready to use them. And actually, I need a pair of scissors, Mark. This is the problem with doing a video, is that I'm like, oh wait, I need this. Oh wait, I need this. And me walking around the kitchen with my charcuterie tube makes very loud clonking noises. Okay, and they make loud clonking noises. You have to break up the cheese slowly. And this is how we do cheese at our house. Pizza night. We had pizza night last night. So we break up cheese.
What time
Yeah, what?
we do a pizza cheesing and break up the whole cheese?
Yeah, you got to do it last night, right? And we have
Yeah.
a big like hammer you use for it. I just used a spoon today. So what I'm doing here is I'm making a big batch of the cheese sauce that we're gonna put on the stuff, the lasagna. And so I'm gonna make some more pasta later. I'm just filling these dishes right now. Whoa, it's okay. We make messes, we have clean counters. So he's gonna work on that. Can you do that? Okay, I'm gonna move over here.
This is cool.
Just a little bit, right here. It's cool. Is it cool or is it cold?
Cool.
So this was the sauce I was talking about making yesterday. I don't need that lid anymore. So as you can see, we cut the pasta up and it's kind of thick because it has crushed tomatoes. We get the big number 10 cans at Sam's Club.
Sausage up.
Huh?
You can cut the pasta.
Oh, sorry, we cut the sausage up. We get the big number 10 cans at Sam's Club of sauce and crushed tomatoes. Being a family our size, when we open one, just within 2 or 3 days, we've used the whole thing. So for the most part, that makes the most sense.
Look at this awesome belly. Look at
This is the biggest belly I think I've ever had at the end of pregnancy, let alone 29 weeks. I'm very excited about it. I don't usually have a big belly. So anyway, while I stand here talking to you, I'm going to be mixing up pasta. I put the first layer of pasta down and I'm just mixing it with sauce. That's what's happening. Again, we don't use the lasagna noodles because they're more expensive. And these boxes of pasta were 98 cents for 16 ounces. And careful, the other one, the lasagna was $1.84 for 16 ounces. And so this is how we're doing. Sometimes we don't even I'm gonna do layers on this one. Sometimes we just do pasta with sauce on the bottom, put the cheese layer on top and call it good. But what? Oh.
I'm just shooting down there what you're doing.
Gotcha, I'm just mixing. Yep. It's really exciting. This is like the mixing process. So
Bob, are you eating? Bob?
So this sauce that I'm mixing in was already flavored. We used this last night for pizza. So it already has Italian flavorings and stuff in it. That would be a step you'd have to do if you were using just crushed tomatoes or tomato sauce at this point. But that's not what I'm doing. So we're just gonna do all these pans. So what else is going on? Okay, so in our household, if you're new here, we have 7 kids at home, ranging in age from 16, almost 17, down to 2 is the youngest currently out of the womb. The one in the womb still does count just as much as everybody else, but you can't see that one yet. He is a little boy though, and his name is Elisha Courage. We like to find out as soon as we can what the gender is so we can start talking to baby as he or she instead of it. I don't like calling my babies it, but I also want to call them he or she. So, right?
In what box they gave us had chocolate in it.
What he's talking about is big sister Virginia, who doesn't live at home anymore. She is 20 and lives in Tennessee. She is pregnant with our grandbaby, who is a boy. And we found out because she sent us a package of colored, what's it called? Like tissue paper and candy. Am I doing something? Okay.
Nope, you're good.
I'm making sure that the cameraman can still see me.
Sorry, the camera guy is slacking over here.
She sent us tissue paper, like all wrapped up, but blue tissue paper was in the middle. So we had to unwrap it and figure out if baby was a boy or a girl. We have that video on this channel if you want to watch it.
Yeah.
And she sent us candy. So every night at prayer time, he thanks God for Virginia sending us candy. Right?
For weeks now.
What?
Our baby is a new boy.
Our baby's a new boy and they're having a new boy, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, and everyone's excited?
Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone's very excited.
And the box said boy.
The box said boy and girl. So we didn't know, right?
So, and Virginia and Wayland, that's her husband's name, by the way.
Wayland, yeah.
Virginia and Wayland are coming up to see us when our baby is due in May.
Yeah. And it's been so much fun to be pregnant at the same time as Virginia because we've been able to chat. The other night we were laying in bed messaging each other because she had just started feeling baby kick for the first time. Her placenta is in the front, which my placenta is in the front too. So it's hard to feel baby as early when placenta is in the front. So she has started feeling baby. So she wrote to me the other night to say it was the first time she felt him. And I was laying there feeling our baby kick. So it was really fun. The uncle and nephew were kicking mamas at the same time. What?
When it's in the back, you can touch the baby.
When placenta's in the back, so we're a little confused. We're 4. When the placenta's in the back, it's easier to feel baby kick early on. So anyway, that's what he's talking about, I think. So about people being here at home, we have 16 down to 2 outside of the womb. Baby in the womb is doing whatever I'm doing at the moment. How we make these videos is we shut the kids in the other room. That's what they were doing. That's what they chose to do. We actually, right before we started this video, I had multiple people in the kitchen. Big sister was washing dishes. Sorry, I'm moving over here. Big sister was washing dishes. 2-year-old is asleep. That's where he is. And other kids were working at the table behind Mark. I'm coming right back into the shot. I just gotta grab these things.
Yeah.
People were working at the table behind Mark because they were working on Legos, but they decided they wanted to go away from Legos because they are in the other room listening to Jonathan Park. So if you don't know what Jonathan Park is, I'll give you a quick rundown.
Yeah.
Jonathan Park, without getting into too much, Jonathan Park has an older series and a newer series. So the first 10 episodes were made by one person, and then
10 seasons, yeah.
10 seasons,
Yep.
sorry. And then the 10th season was kind of made over and there were more people. So if you've only heard new ones, you don't know what to experience with the old ones. And if you've only heard old ones, you don't know the experience of the new ones.
The old ones are better.
We've only listened to the old ones with just a once in a while hearing of a new one. So the old ones are our favorites. That's what we've been listening to. But we really enjoy Jonathan Park. It's about a young man who, if you love your children, you would never let him leave your side because in every episode he is kidnapped or gets lost or something major crazy happens to him in each episode. But that's like what leads the episode to go so they can have these conversations.
Yummy lasagna.
His dad is a paleontologist and he they've made a museum about how God created the world, how dinosaurs fit into that, how the 6 days of creation all work, and how we don't have to side with the secular world on how things came to be. You can sprinkle some, we don't need all of it. We don't have to side with the secular world because science backs up creation just as much as they say it backs up evolution. Both pieces of data are the same. Is everything okay? No fossil comes out of the ground with a label on it saying 65 million years. And so they're taking the same evidence, and depending how you date it, depends on where it falls in the spectrum. And if you're going into science thinking, sorry, I'm looking at my spices.
Yeah. And dinosaurs don't fit on the earth. if they're too big.
That's right, but were there dinosaurs on the ark?
No.
Were there dinosaurs on the ark?
No.
Yes, there were dinosaurs on the ark.
You better listen harder next time.
Not
kid.
the biggest one.
No, probably not the biggest ones. If they took the biggest ones, they would have had to find room for them, right? But did you know most dinosaurs were about the size of like a sheep? Some dinosaurs were like this size.
Yeah.
Some dinosaurs were like this size. Only certain dinosaurs were the really, really big ones. And you wouldn't take like a really, really big one because the really, really big ones were really, really old. And you want dinosaurs that are gonna have babies when they get off that ark, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway,
And
science class with the 4-year-old. Hey Mark, can you open that for me? I got some scissors.
And
What? It's really fine powder.
the baby dinosaurs had out of the egg.
Yes, baby dinosaurs come out of the egg.
A dinosaur egg was as big of a football.
That's
The
right.
biggest eggs are the biggest football.
Right. From how you can, the size an egg needs to be to hold its shape and for everything. Yeah. So anyway, I did not come on here to tell you all about dinosaurs. But anyway, they're listening to the creation science. And it's very interesting for kids who want to know more about how God made the world and how that fits into science. And in it, they give like arguments that you could use if you're like in a class that's teaching against that and stuff like that. So it's very interesting. And because he's always getting kidnapped and things like that, it makes it very interesting to keep listening to. Thank you. You want to put some in?
Yeah.
So anyway, that's what they're doing. I was saying that because that's what they're doing while I'm out here. By their own shoes.
I think they're folding laundry too, aren't they?
Yes, there was some laundry going. I think I need one more thing. Hold on. My Italian seasoning ran out as I started this recipe, and so I had to go get the other things from downstairs, and I'm trying to remember what other spices I need. So,
Yummy.
yummy, yummy. Okay, you ready?
One night we're gonna eat hot dogs.
That's right. Tonight you're gonna eat hot dogs, right?
Yeah, and I watch last night Frosty the Snowman. One night we
One night.
Watched.
Frosty the Snowman when we were eating pizza.
Yes, one night we watched Frosty the Snowman while we were eating pizza. Okay, so that's how they're staying quiet. That was what I was trying to say. The baby's sleeping. The older daughter, the 16-year-old, should be online right now listening to, let me see. We live in the state of Maine. So I'm not going to get terribly into politics, but I am going to get into politics a little bit. It's a real good reason to get into politics for this thing. So it is Super Tuesday, and I don't really care who you're voting for president. That has nothing to do with what we're listening to today. The House Committee, I think it's the House Committee, is listening to arguments today about our state becoming a sanctuary state for people who want to come into the state either to get abortions or to be able to get gender affirming surgery, is that what they call it? I don't know the actual text of the bill.
To destroy that which God made.
Right. Naomi's been reading up on all of this. She's been giving us all the details. We've been seeing some of it. I'm just forgetting the terminology right now while I'm trying to cook and do this for you.
And in what Justin Park series,
Yeah.
in one, they said jellyfish died.
They said jellyfish died?
Yeah.
Okay. Jellyfish die sometimes. I mean, everything dies, right? Okay, so...
Yeah, everything died.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to tell the rest of the bill, okay? So they're doing this bill where that you can have gender-affirming surgery or an abortion by coming to the state. And our state is not going to turn children who choose to come here for those things back over to their parents. It's going to be a state where they can get freedom to do these things even without their parents' knowledge and control, which is wrong. A parent is the parent to the child. And there are times where the state needs to intervene because the child is not being cared for. And when I say cared for, I'm not saying I think that you do not educate them as well as I would educate them. I'm saying a child who is not getting education. Not, you don't feed them the same things I feed them. If you feed your child McDonald's 3 meals a day, you are welcome to do that for your family. You make those choices. If you don't feed your children, I'm gonna take it now. If you don't feed your children, hold on, I'm gonna take it. You're gonna have to have somebody step in. I'm not saying that there's never a place for the state to step in when a parent is abusing their child. But to have a place where children can make the choices of changing their body, either through gender reassignment surgery, that was the word I was looking for, or through killing an innocent baby within the womb who had no, like, is in no way responsible for being made, like being created within that womb, you're going to be causing future trauma in those child's lives because children are not at an age where they can make those decisions. I don't even let my children decide when they're going to bed at night. I'm not going to let them make a decision that is going to be harmful to them, possibly for the rest of their life. And you can decide whether it's going to be harmful or not, but children don't have the ability to make those decisions. Decide what you're doing.
Okay.
Yeah?
Little giraffe
What?
pop out.
Little
Eggs.
giraffes pop out eggs? Giraffes don't have eggs. So anyway, it is taking away parents' rights over their children when the state says we're going to let the children make these choices because we feel the parent is not making good enough choices on this issue. Again, not saying, I'm going to keep mixing, I'll let you do something in a minute. Again, not saying that there's never a time for the state to step in, but to make big life-altering changes as a 6, 7, 8, even 15, 16, 17-year-old. When I was 17, I had big plans for my life that are not what I'm doing now, and I would not want to be doing anything than what I am doing now with my life. But when I was 17, I actually thought I was going to be running for president of the United States. So instead of President Trump last time, you could have voted for me. And it, like, I went to classes. I went to Washington, D.C. I truly had a game plan for that. And I'm glad that God changed my course in life during that time. But I did not know what 35 would look like when I was 17 years old. Even though high schoolers a lot of times think they know better than their parents. That's a totally different issue.
Mostly because they've been indoctrinated by a school system that tells them that their parents are stupid.
That's true. Yeah, when everyone's telling you that your parents really don't know what's best for you, that's how you feel. Okay, I'm moving over here, Mark. I don't know if you need to move the camera. Hello, I'm still here. So anyway, all of that to say, that's what Naomi's doing right now. She's the 16, almost 17-year-old. I have the hiccups now. And she is very interested in what's going on. So right now in the State House, they're going to be hearing the people's testimony, which almost every time these happen, or so far every time these things have happened, they let those who are on the side of wanting life to be destroyed through abortion or people to be able to make these decisions. I'm going to have you move because I'm going to sit for a minute. Okay? Okay, I'm big and pregnant and tired, so I'm sitting down. Can you still see me? Okay. So far, every time they've done different bills, like the abortion until 9 months and those types of things, they listen to the side that wants to destroy lives before they listen to the side that wants to point to God's sovereignty.
Sometimes they're 8 to 12 hours while
Yeah.
everybody's standing out in the cold and the rain.
Yeah, we've had friends that have been out there. I mean, we have friends that are out there today that have been outside, and they give their testimonies at 1 in the morning. So I'm glad for those people who have the ability to go and stand and, you know, be off work or have someone to watch their children while they go do that. I'm glad that they're able to do that. Can you get down for a second? Naomi wrote testimony because our state will read the testimonies that were sent in. And so she wrote testimony last night, but those are usually done after everyone who's been standing there. So I don't know if we'll be able to hear her, what she wrote. I know what she wrote and it was good, so. she's written things for the past couple. Virginia, our older daughter, was very involved in political stuff, even though we as a family are not, we're very involved in the bills and things that go for this, but we're not people who are out there, I don't know. I don't think you'd look at our family and think political family, except our girls are very involved in making sure their testimonies are heard and stuff. Virginia, years ago, for the Trump campaign last time, was actually working for someone who was against, so 4 years ago, I guess, or 3 years. Huh? An independent candidate who did not win, but actually held political, like, sound biblical views on how to run the country. It was someone we supported, and Virginia actually worked as part of his campaign, calling people and stuff like that. So, anyway, so that's what Naomi's doing. So now you've heard all about my views on Ark and dinosaurs and 6-day creation and political views. We also, it's Super Tuesday. We are not registered as a party. Like, we're registered voters and we vote in November, but we're not registered as a party. So we are not doing a vote today. But our state was one of the states that they had to decide on whether Trump could be on the ballot, which, whether you agree with Trump or not, I know I have people on both sides of the fence that watch this channel. I know some that are very adamant about either side. But whether you agree with Trump or not, the states are not allowed to make the decision to not let his name be on the ballot in our state. So I'm glad that the Supreme Court made the ruling, because as a free country, we should be allowed to vote for whoever we want for president, and that should not be determined by people in our state saying he's not good enough for the federal. If the federal decide he's not good enough, then that's different, but our state can't just decide he's not good enough. So there you go. I will not be voting for Trump in November, so that's not why I want him on the ballot. I'm just glad the Supreme Court did what it was supposed to do in upholding the law, the Constitution, in how things are supposed to work between states and the, what's it called? The states and the federal government. So anyway, okay, back to what we're doing today. I'm going to a midwife appointment tonight, which I'm really excited about. I'm in a group called Centering, and they do this in other places, but our state has been doing it. When I had a baby 6 years ago and a baby 4 years ago, I was part of this group. During COVID, they did not do it, so my 2-year-old, I was not part of the group. But I really wish they had a class like this when I had my first baby, because we go and meet as a class with a bunch of women who are due around the same time I am. There are 5 or 6 other women in my class.
I'm gonna move your camera a little.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's okay. There's 5 or 6 other women in my class, and a couple of them, their husbands come with them, which is very sweet because of our family situation, with Josiah having seizures and everything. Mark, would you like to hand me? Put the pasta from the strainer into that pot and then bring me the whole pot. Would be great. Thank you. He's behind the camera and he won't make the camera shake. If I walk over there, I'm going to make the camera shake. So we are in this class together. Some of the husbands come. Mark can't come because of our situation, but it's really sweet to see the husbands. All the husbands that come, it's their first baby. That's why they're able to come, because they don't have another child at home. What do you need? I'm going to mix this in there in just a second.
Okay.
So if that answers. I don't know, he's looking around like he needs something. Okay. So it's very sweet to see them coming and wanting to support their wives. I'm going to splatter this. Trying not to splatter too much. Just to be aware, in a few minutes you might hear a little guy crying because he's probably going to wake up from nap early soon. So it's really sweet to watch the husbands who want to be there to support their wives during labor. And in the classes we talk about, like so far we've been talking about like different symptoms in pregnancy and how to alleviate leg cramps and those types of things. But last time we started talking about breastfeeding and how spouse can be supportive in that whole journey, because breastfeeding is a full-time job. Bottle feeding is difficult too. I'm not trying to say anything, but when you are the only one who can feed the baby, it's a lot of work. And having someone who's going to support you by helping make sure the meals are made, or making sure that you're not having to go out do the grocery shopping and all of that stuff. Malachi got really excited because he won something. He's playing a game. Oh, they're playing cards. So anyway, it's very neat to see the spouses, the husbands that want to be part of it. And then also, it just answers a bunch of questions that as a first-time mom, I didn't know that I had, because I hadn't been there yet. Like, I didn't know what this whole new journey of babies, sorry, this is probably really loud. Okay, I'm gonna stop being loud. I didn't know what the whole journey looked like, and I didn't know what questions to ask until, 2 weeks after the appointment, you're suddenly like, oh, I'm dealing with a backache and I don't know what to do. Or I'm in labor and I felt like I knew what I was dealing with, and I really didn't. So how the class works is we go and a midwife sees us separately in another little section, and we listen to heartbeat, and she measures our bellies and all the stuff you'd have at a regular midwife appointment. But then instead of sitting down with her and having her say, are you having this symptom and that type of thing, we talk about it all together, and we're able to give each other pointers and help. And it's just really, really a good time. We're going to talk about labor. We did talk a little bit about it last time, but we talked kind of about early labor and how to relax yourself. Kind of what labor really looks like for people who haven't gone through it. And while I've been through it, I still think the class is very good. I don't think I learn as much now as I would have learned had I done the class with my first pregnancy, of course, because I've been through it a couple times. But even just hearing other people's stories, like there's a couple other moms in the class who already have kids, so just hearing their birth experiences. They had babies. I think I'm the only one in my class who's had babies here at our hospital. So I have information about our hospital that they don't have, and it's neat to hear birth experiences from other hospitals too, and things that our hospital could change.
I think we may be setting an unofficial record at this hospital.
Yes, so this will be baby number 8.
If you win.
Oh. Malachi didn't win. Come here. What happened?
He won the first time. And Josiah won the second time.
Oh, so you won the
it.
first?
Yeah.
Woohoo! What game are you going to play now? Are you playing another game of cards? Take some deep breaths. What game of cards are you going to play this time? Garbage?
You want me to shuffle the cards for you again?
Okay.
Well, that was good.
I guess that was enough. So Malachi is very sensitive and gets overwhelmed easily. Could you just move this onto the other counter? I just don't need it. Malachi's very sensitive, and so we have to be. He's also tired today.
All right, let me get Josiah in the shot.
Hi. The last couple nights, Malachi has fallen asleep during prayer time. Usually he falls asleep way after prayer time, so I'm not really sure. Do you have something you want to say? You can say something while I scoop.
So I am 11 and my name's Josiah and I like sweeping our house.
He does. He likes sweeping. So if you come to our house and you find dirt there, you can blame him, right? Is that what you're saying?
I'm pulling weeds and shoveling snow.
What? Oh, and shoveling snow and
And
pulling
raking
weeds.
leaves and pulling
Yes.
weeds and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, he likes to do all of that stuff. What do you like to do?
I like to play Wii
You like to play Wii.
and
If you don't know what we're talking about, the Wii Fit. It's that old, probably most people don't even know what it is
play
anymore.
boxing.
It's an old video game that you exercise on. Play boxing on the Wii.
And
Sorry, I keep putting my hand in your way because I'm trying to get the pasta.
do games
Yeah, you like to do all of that?
on the computer.
Everything you said involves a screen. We don't really have that much screen time.
And I like to do skateboard.
Skiboard. The snowboard?
Yeah.
Snowboard on that game? Okay, you gonna go play another game of Wii?
No,
Oh,
wait.
sorry, not we. Garbage.
We're going here. We're
That's what I
going
did. They've got cards out of the thing. So anyway, you ready to go play another game with him? He wants garbage. Okay. Josiah loves card games, but sometimes he gets a little frustrated playing with littles because they don't necessarily remember all the rules and stuff. Garbage is a very easy game though that you just count up. I showed garbage on one of my homeschool videos, but I don't remember which one. So anyway, so I really like the class. I like being able to network with other people within the community, and I like to be able to share with people. Is there something exciting to share? I like being able to network with other moms and talk about how motherhood is hard, but hard doesn't mean bad. And I think this was a discussion we were having the other day during Bible. I don't even remember how it came up, but hard and bad are not the same thing. It is okay to admit that something is hard and not be saying, I don't want this to be happening to me. Everything that happens in life, sorry, I just knocked something off the counter. Oh, now it's gonna fall together. Everything that happens in life is something that God has put in your path, and He has prepared the way before you in that. So not that that thing's going to be easy, but God, nothing surprises God. So when you go to the doctor and you get that diagnosis of cancer, God already knew that, and He's already preparing your path through that. He already knows what that's going to be. He already knows the end of it. And so we don't have to be fearful of these things. And the same goes with motherhood. God's already prepared all of that before the baby's even conceived in your womb. So even if you feel like it's the wrong timing, if you feel like you don't have any more energy to give or any of those things, God already knows how many children you have. He already knows how tough life is. And He's going to be there for you as you walk through it. But also, a lot of people will say, the Bible says, God won't give you more than you can handle. And that's not true. It says He'll always give you a way of escape from a temptation. And that's what people are using. But God does give us more than we can handle because it makes us rely on Him. I had a quote the other day that I found on Facebook, and it was by Johnny Erickson Tata. And Johnny Erickson Tata was a Christian. Oh, you can come. Hi, you want to come stand in your stander? You want to stand with Daddy? Oh, I know. You want to get him a couple of Cheerios? You can have some Cheerios. Okay. So Johnny Erickson Tata was 16. I think she was 16. And she was going swimming with a friend, like in a lake. And she dived off the dock and hit her head at the bottom of the lake and has a spinal cord injury since that time, where she has barely any use of her arms. Like she has a little driver. Did you finish them last night?
No.
Are they in your room?
It's okay. I thought she was in a swimming pool. I'm not sure about the story.
Okay, I thought
she broke her neck.
She broke her neck diving. However that happened. Anyway, it's not about that. She broke her neck diving. She was a Christian, and she's been sharing with people about how God, any other kind of snack would be fine. We had some Cheerios here in the house, which is what I was looking for him, but I don't know where they went. Oh, we had a bag of chips up here.
Oh.
We opened chips at lunch. Anyway, it's okay. Naomi, do you want to run downstairs? I know there's a box of Cheerios down there. So anyway, she has had to rely on God because she can't do much for movement. She can use her little steerer for her wheelchair. I don't know what it's called, but she can move herself like that. But she is like tied into her wheelchair because she can't move very well. But she's a huge inspiration. Yay, Josiah, good job. She's a huge inspiration to people because she relies on God. And she had a quote the other day, and I'm not going to try to quote it exactly like it was because I'll get it wrong. But it was pretty much, I have to rely on Jesus. Like that's the only way I can get through life because He helps me through everything. So basically, haha, she found some Cheerios. And it's just, we've had different times in our lives. If you haven't followed us long, you might not know our stories. But we traveled for a few years working with churches all around the country. And what? You gonna come stand? We had to rely on God. There were times that God chose to give us limited finances that were always met kind of at the last moment. But they were always met. We never went without. Sometimes we had to decide if it was time to go to the grocery store or to go get gas. And before we had to do the other thing, God always provided it. God provided it in unique ways, and Mark has shared some of those stories. But just being able to rely on God through that. So anyway, I almost have these done. I'm gonna layer these with another thing of pasta. Then I'm gonna put some cheese on top, and then we're gonna put these in the freezer for after baby comes. So we just have some easy meals prepared. We have a bunch of meals in the freezer already. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Was there anything else you wanted to share with our peoples?
No.
Do you have anything else you want to share with our peoples?
So tomorrow, or maybe today, it's gonna get up to 54.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to rain most of the day.
Is it? Mine says that it's going to stop by 2 a.m.
Alright,
So
we'll see.
we're going to go with mine. We're not going to go with Daddy's. Mine says a better weather forecast. But 54 in Maine is amazing for March. So we're trying to get our time outside. So I'm going to finish these, and then I'm going to take some kids outside before I go to class tonight. And then tonight we're going to do, they're having yummy chicken tenders and hot dogs and tater tots for supper while I'm at my class, because that's easy, right? And then when I get home, we're watching a Zoom call about snakes in Maine. Yeah. I don't think we have any poisonous snakes in Maine. I'm hoping that he doesn't tell us anything about poisonous snakes when we're doing the call.
Snakes, yeah.
Venomous snakes that have poison.
If you eat them, you don't get poisoned.
That poisonize you. But anyway, yeah. So we're gonna listen about snakes tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you ready to go? Do you want to say our goodbye? Thank you. Oh, you want to say it? Josiah wants to say it. Ready?
Bye.
Bye. You want to say thank you for joining?
Thank you for joining us on Hurting Little Cows to the Glory of God. Bye. Bye.